No worries. Can you see and hear
All
me
right.
now? Is it
Yeah,
good?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I can see you.
Excellent. Okay, no worries. That happens. That's why we go live. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But we're good. We're good. No worries. We have all the sound and video. Yay.
Yeah. Okay. It's working right now.
Yeah, awesome. Cool. Thanks, guys, for sticking around. We got this.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so you were saying that when you're back in school in Cuba, you're at 7 years old, you're in grade three.
Yeah. So then to pick up the drums or percussion career, you have to be in fifth grade. In fifth grade,
Mhm.
and my teacher told me, "Hey, why you don't start, learning to music, and then try to pick a violin or piano in that grade, and then when you reach fifth grade, you can pick the drum or percussion, whatever you want." And in that transition, I fell in love with violin, and I decided to keep that career. Then when I turned like 18, 19, 20 years old, I decided to, start learning rock music or metal music back in Cuba. But, I'm Cuban, salsa is in my blood. So I start to play salsa in many bars and bands, you know, uh, learning that music of my country. Then when I arrived here, I tried to start to learning how to make metal or rock backing tracks. Then I find the way to get them through YouTube on that platforms. But my violin, it wasn't enough for that. Four strings, acoustic violin. Um, Even if you plug into a pedal board, the acoustic violin is not powerful. It's not powerful enough.
That's true.
And and I discovered this beast of wood violins, the Viper, and I thought, okay, that's the real tool for that. So I get the Viper, and I try to learn. I start to learn how to play that awesome instrument, and yeah, I changed from salsa to all that heavy metal, progressive metal thing that I'm trying to do now on Instagram. Yeah,
That's amazing. Well, we really love your videos. They're so cool and high energy and empowering. Why don't we have
thanks.
a listen to one of the songs that's a little bit more closer to acoustic, right? Some memories,
Yeah,
all right? And
awesome.
then we'll show them a little bit something that of what you do now with your
Okay,
metal stuff,
all right.
okay? Here we go, guys. Here's memories. nice. That was awesome. Like, I know that it's more of a chill cover of yours, but I can already sense your, the epic metal style in it. So yeah, that's amazing. So I love that song, by the way. And wonder to also ask, what specifically has discovering Viper changed in your playing technique? Like, how do you do things differently from the technique that you've learned originally on an acoustic violin?
Well, for me, the first was, Viper is bigger than the real size of the violin. And I'm a 6'3" high. So for me, the violin, the 4/4 violin is a little bit tiny for me. And yeah, I try to buy the 6 strings, but even the fingerboard is bigger, but the violin itself is bigger too. So for me, it was very comfortable. First time, very comfortable. And then if you can resize the strike, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my hand is very long, so I can put it longer. So
nice.
That's the best, the first comfortable thing for me,
Mm-hmm.
Then the fret fingerboard. I never play a fingerboard violin, a fretted fingerboard violin before. So for me, it was like an amazing upgrade,
Mm-hmm.
Especially because I here in Nashville I play with bands, and Nashville is really loud, town to play with bands and that stuff.
Yeah.
So a fretted violin is a very good upgrade. Then I try always to play in my videos. I always try to make one take.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you are watching my videos. I try to put in my computer that I'm recording live. The fretted violin helps me a lot for that. I feel of the frets. I can in tune without trying to make a second take or a third take. But I have to study a lot for that, to achieve that one take.
Yes.
Yeah.
I understand. Yeah. So yeah, amazing. I heard the frets. It really helps, especially if you're like in an environment that's really noisy at a concert. And it's really difficult to hear yourself, even if you have everything connected. It's still sometimes hard to hear yourself. So I totally understand that. That's amazing.
Right.
Do you like playing with frets? Is it comfortable? Is it, you know what I mean? Can you still do like slides and it doesn't stop you?
Yeah. I can do slides. It's like the normal fingerboard,
Mm-hmm.
But the advantage of the fretted fingerboard for me, I love to play with harmonics.
Yeah.
And the fretted fingerboard function like a electric guitar.
Mm-hmm.
So when you push the string to the fret and you slowly free your finger, you can reach a very specific harmonic.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds amazing. Yeah, for
Nice.
me, that's the best part of the fretted fingerboard. The harmonics that I can reach that.
That's amazing. Very good.
Yeah.
I have a listen to some of your more busier kind of stuff. Why don't we play Noise by Nightwish?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
The last song that I recorded, I did a cover because it's my favorite band, and I always trying to keep update with them, their last songs, their last albums, and I always love to make some covers of them.
All right, here we go.
Right.
Here is Noise, covered by Ernesto.
Awesome.
That was awesome. You know, the funny thing is the motif of that song reminds me of the Game of Thrones. Dum, ba, ba, bum, bum, ba, ba,
Yeah,
bum.
I
don't
thought
know
the
if that's
same
the
when
one
I hear it.
yeah, yeah. But except it's on like metal steroids.
Yeah, maybe they did it intentionally, you know.
That's amazing. Yeah, I love
Yeah.
that. And I love the power that comes out of your instrument. It's like the way you play too, like all the effects. That's my favorite thing. I love these eerie sounds that make it sound so creepy and awesome.
Thank you.
Perfect. Wow. So who we know Nightwish is one of your favorite
Yeah.
bands. Who would you watch to get inspired for like your techniques or like I know some violinists watch guitarists, other guitarists watch violinists. So who would be like this kind of iconic artist or a couple of them that you normally watch to sort of motivate you?
Well, when I was a kid in Cuba, we used to listen to Jean-Luc Ponty, you know,
Mm-hmm.
um, with Didier Lockwood, like he's a jazz violinist from France. Well, those two violinists was to learn, you know, jazz, how to improvise.
Mm-hmm.
And then I used to listen all the time to guitar players, you know, from the same from Nightwish, Sonata Arctica, uh, Dream Theater, you know, Petrochi, uh, Within Temptation, all those power metal bands.
Yeah.
And yeah, and here in United States, I always try to listen as many guitar players as possible. You know, they are who really have the concept for that kind of music now, and how to make solos of that kind of music. So the exotic thing is to combine, you know, the electric violin with that kind of style. No, but I think you have to listen to guitar players more than the violinists, because in the violin world, it's normal. No, we always try to keep uh, the classic violin thing as the first step. You know, the first thing that you have to learn as a violinist. Then we the electric violinists this world, no, we try to change that part. But I think you have to listen to the guitar players in first place.
That's true. That's true. That's what
Yeah.
my producer says too. As soon as I get my Viper, I'm gonna start playing a lot of guitar riffs.
Yeah, you should get a Viper. That's a
I
whole
am
change,
thinking,
a whole game change.
I'm so
Yeah.
excited. It's probably gonna come by the end of summer or fall or something. It's gonna be a 7 string, but I
Seven
got a
string, yeah.
fretless.
The whole
Yeah,
range.
right, right. Because I want to record all the low parts bass on my own instrument, right? So it'll be
Yeah.
amazing. So I can't
Yeah,
wait.
it's better to get a 7 string. You know, I'll tell you, I have a 6 strings,
Mhm.
and right now, the most of the time, I need that 7 string. You know, you get used to it very fast. So then you need you're gonna need the 7 string. So if you can't get the 7 string, do it.
I
You're gonna need
agree.
it.
Yeah, go all the way. Why not? Get the whole
Yeah,
orchestra on your shoulder,
the
right?
whole orchestra. Yeah, right.
That's amazing. So, what I would like to do right now, Ernesto, is as I told you before, we went live
Yeah.
that I like to play a little game. It's going to be sort of like rapid fire, under a minute. Try to answer 10 questions. Okay, so some of them will be silly, some of them will be cool, but try not to overthink what you're saying, basically, right? So,
Okay.
I will read the question. We have a countdown that you probably won't hear, but I will go 3, 2, 1, and then I'll read the first question, right? So just
Awesome.
try to give us kind of the first honest answer that you come up with, okay? Okay, are you ready?
Let's
Are
try it.
you ready? Yes? Okay, let's do this. Here we go. All right. Your most memorable performance, what was it?
Inam. Wood
All
violin is good.
right. Awesome. At what age did you pick up violin?
Age?
Yeah.
5 years old.
All right. What are the names of your pets?
Nala.
Okay.
from Lion King.
All right. Violin, acoustic or electric?
Electric, always.
All right. What motivates you?
Rock music.
Okay. Which YouTuber you just can't stop watching?
YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Who or where or what?
Yeah, whichever. Whichever.
Techie videos.
Okay. Your favorite songs to cover? Name three.
Nightwish songs.
Okay. Name three people you admire.
Mark Wood, John Petrucci, and Floyd Jensen from
All
Nightwish.
right. We ran out of time, but we still have two more questions. So why don't we
Okay.
finish? Okay. Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Okay. Name three artists that you follow on Instagram.
D Sharp, Amy Serrano, and you.
All right, I made it to the list. Woohoo! Thanks. Well, thank you so much for playing, Ernesto. That was tough, I know. Some of the questions
Awesome.
need answers. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah, every time I ask people what songs they like to cover, that's where they get stuck. Because like I look everything, right? Me too. Awesome. Thank you so much. I think we've learned something. So that's
Yeah.
awesome. How are you coping these days with the quarantine, the lockdown, and how the events are being canceled? So like what do you do to manage that? What do you do to manage your career and to manage your sort of mental state and all of this craziness?
Yeah. The most of the time I'm here in my house working on social media, on YouTube. So I consume a lot of part of my time doing that. So I'm a little bit used to it, to being home. But yeah, it was a big strike for everybody. Like all those gigs cancellation. I had a wedding cancellation, events cancellation, some projects for this new year.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm trying to keep creative as much as I can here in my house. Sometimes I'm go out to run, to think and to get a little bit distracted. But yeah, I think we have to try to learn as much as we can about the social media right now. So this is the real time to conquer that world. We have plenty of time of that. So I'm keeping doing violin class. I had to learn that Zoom app or
Yeah.
whatever it is. Yeah, and but it's a funny thing. You can show them the chart and then hey, it's right here when you miss it.
Yeah.
It's really funny, and yeah, I'm keeping doing the violin class, the YouTube videos. Um, I'm a graphic designer too, so I have a couple of
Oh,
gigs about that, and yeah,
that's cool.
trying to keep him busy.
I guess that's why you have such a cool logo. It shows your graphic designer.
Yeah, sort of that.
All right. Before we go to, I would like to get your, what would be your biggest advice to a younger artist sort of launching their careers in modern day and age? So what would be the one thing that you recommend they do to basically pursue their careers?
Yeah. First of all, for the youngest generation, because for me, it's happening now. It's happening now. I'm 5 years here in the United States, so I'm a kind of kid, just learning how it works.
Mm.
And I always listen to a very famous word that is niche, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's not about niche. It's about what music you want to play, what genre makes you really happy.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's going to become a niche for you.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep trying the music that you love. Um, every time that I see I watch a video on YouTube, they always say, hey, try to find a market, a niche. If everybody is playing pop music, you should play pop music, right? And I realized that, so I try all the genres possible, and I play classical, pop music, romantic music, wedding music, you know. But I never play rock music or metal. So now I'm doing that, and I'm really happy. I'm really enjoying it, you know. And with the time, you know, I gonna be able to reach people that really liked to watch all those videos, you know, with where electric violinists play metal. So that's my advice. So keep doing the music that you want and you love, really love. So people then are gonna love with you. Are gonna love it with you, that music. You know, don't try to do the things back to forward. You know.
That's a great advice. Thank you. I
Yeah.
totally agree. So there is such concept as a niche, but it only comes after you've already discovered what your passion is, right? So first you have to find that one thing that lights you on fire and then market it. Then you can think
Right.
in terms of niches and everything else. That's awesome. Thank you, Ernesto. So
No, thank you.
thank you. I would love to have you back on the show sometime, maybe in a few months when all of this
Yeah, sure, for
quarantine
sure.
is over. Maybe you have a new song to share with us or a new video. If you do, send me a message. I'll be happy to interview you again so we can follow up and see what you've done. All
Yeah,
right.
sure.
Before we go, though, guys, remember, you can always find Ernesto on his social media, on Instagram at Ernesto Lago _violin, on Facebook at Ernesto.lago.9, on YouTube, look him up by Ernesto Lago. You can't miss him. He's the metal violinist. On Twitter at Ernesto Lago Viol. And on his website for bookings or anything else at ernestolagoviolin.com. So go ahead, check him out. Watch his videos. They're awesome. They're so entertaining. They're so fun and fiery to watch. I love them. So thank you so much for coming to the show today. I would like to close our program with one more of your songs. So I'll just play it as a track as we go out. So I'm going to play metal progressive. Metal?
Yeah, it's 1
Okay.
minute song. Yeah.
That's it. I'll play that one. So thank you
All
so
right.
much for being here today. Thanks for
Thank
sharing
you
your
for
music
having
with
me.
us. Thank you. My pleasure. And for your career advice too. I think it's really important that the young musicians find their voice first before they go look outward anywhere else. So that's amazing. So have an amazing week. I'll be sharing this
You
podcast
too.
with everyone soon. Can't wait. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Awesome. That was great. Good job. Thank you. We had a connection. I don't know why. Maybe just because of distance, right? Yeah. So yesterday, I think it's also because the whole world is online right now.
That's what I was going to tell you. Yeah.